speak about. And today's topics is mostly about the three people in the stream, and it's about streaming and how to get yourself where maybe they are, and maybe getting even higher than that. But I'm gonna start with this is the only time, as I mentioned, I'm gonna go through the lineup. And the first question is, Cloud's answered this in the previous episodes that we had, but we have some new people in the stream, so he's going to have to do that again for me. And my first question then goes Clouds, we're going to go then to Don, and we're going to go to Barrie after that. And the first question then follows is, what's been your history up until now with gaming and streaming? Where did you start, and how long did it take you to get where you are now?
Okay, guys, before we start, I just want to say if I sound like I'm in a cave, Mike. But yeah, like I said before, I've been playing since I... You guys can't laugh because I'm going to laugh. I've been playing the game since I was like 2 years old. I played on a PS4, like a PS2 back in the day. And then, yeah, I really enjoyed video games. I moved to Dubai. I took Call of Duty pretty seriously. I played a lot in Dubai. And then when I got to Cape Town, started with CSGO and then Fortnite. And then I fell in love with Fortnite. Yeah, that's basically it. That's how I got here.
Did you start off with PC? Did you start off with console?
PS1 controller, and then PS2, and then I just moved up. So basically, I started from console, and then I moved.
So everyone's going to ask you then that question: controller or mouse and keyboard?
Mouse and keyboard.
Okay. We'll get back to that actually a bit later on. Don, same question to you. Your history, everything leading up till now. I think your mic. There we go.
Yeah. I started playing, I guess my older brother got me into gaming when I was probably about 3 years old, playing on a Nintendo 64. So I've been gaming since I can walk, probably about 19, 20 years I've already been gaming. Did competitive gaming starting high school, did competitive gaming for 7 years. And then the past 2 years with university and everything, I decided to take a break from competitive gaming.
All right. So... And the same thing, you also went from console, maybe to PC, you started off?
I think I was always on PC. I mean, my dad brought me a PC home from work when I was about 5 years old and just always been on PC.
Fiber wasn't a problem back then, was it?
I don't think we had internet back then at all.
Don doesn't say. Don's not that old. He's not that old. There was internet, but not. I don't
know, it was dial-up.
Dial-up, yeah. You could just hear that dink, that thing playing in the background. Oh, it can irritate a person so much. Barrie, and same to you. Your history leading up until now, console, PC. Where did everything start for you? Obviously. It started in South Africa with no internet, but
I've always been on console. I think my love came from it. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone was at that stage where they were playing FIFA against their friends, and I was giving everyone hidings. And I thought, you know what, I'm actually quite good at this.
Yeah.
So I've always been on console, and from console, once I moved to the UK, started playing Fortnite. That is when I made my move to PC. But yeah, I've always been on console.
You said you played. What game did you start off on console? FIFA.
I'd probably say, yeah, FIFA and Grand Theft Auto. I mean, there was loads. You know, like Tony Hawk was always there. I was there on PlayStation 1, 2, so everything.
No Rugby 08. Come on. No Rugby 08. Come on, man.
Of course, Rugby 08.
Like, come on. Like, you want to make a Bootkies heart year break, man. But we're gonna. The next question is then, how did you guys decide on your gamer tags? Claudio, I don't know if I really need to ask you because your name is Claudio and your gamer tag is Cloud, so you get it from there. Yeah, Don, maybe you goes the same idea. Donovan, short
pretty
for Don.
Similar,
same.
Don
But Barrie,
games,
I need this explanation. I don't know. Please tell me.
I think it's just because of my skin color.
It's just that you're not. No one told you, hey Barrie, but you're sweet, man.
I know they did. A lot of people did.
The chicks, the cherries.
You know what? I don't even like caramel, which is the main thing. I don't even like anything caramel. But as soon as I don't know, it was just to do with my skin color. Just thought, I'm gonna be gaming now. Let's just make it flipping the Caramel Gamer.
The Caramel Gamer.
people laughed at it, but it stuck. It stuck. So people call me Caramel now, pretty much.
Well, it's definitely a good name to go on, but we're going to get into this. We're going to go into the serious questions now, and we're going to get into firstly the streaming part and how you guys stream, and then we'll get into the Fortnite idea. And we have a lot to say about how Fortnite fucked up the game this past 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know. Everyone had their say on social media about it, but my question then follows is, we have a full-time streamer that is Don, and we have part-time streamers that is obviously Cloud, still in school, and we have Barrie as well that works part-time and streams part-time. But then my question is, how do you guys manage your streams, and like what is the process? How did you start off with streaming? Obviously everyone has a starting point to stream off, and your viewerships are low. How do you get them climbing, and how did you start off? Run through the whole history for me. Barrie, you can start off that one, and we can go through with everyone.
How did I get into streaming? Is that pretty much the question?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it comes with different people who inspired me to do it. I used to watch CDN the Third, who's the biggest inspiration for me. Hamlin's as well. Literally, I watch pretty much every one of his streams and just try bump off everything he does. And I just thought I had the same personality as them. I'm not that good at games, so I can't showcase my game, so I try to do other things in my streams.
By entertainment.
Stand out. Yeah. Exactly. So I try my hardest to bring an entertainment side to streaming compared to actual gameplay.
I would put you this, if someone tells me, listen, describe TheCaramelGamer for me. It's like, if you have a party and you don't have a DJ at your house, or you don't have a DJ, just put on this man's stream. You're going to be jiving and jamming. Like, he's got enough time to jump and jive and dance, because he literally gets into a Fortnite game and dies, and then the rest he does is dance. So that's basically how you describe his stream. But what did you start off with streaming? Did you obviously you said you played console, but I think it was only on the PS4 that you could start live streaming from it. What did you start off with?
Correct. I started with a PS4, so I was streaming off one TV, my PS4 camera, I think it is. Yeah, I think you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I started off with, and I changed after a few months when I wanted to take everything a bit more serious. But yes, I started on a console, PS4.
All right, and Don, you?
I think I just started streaming because of the love of streaming. I was making YouTube videos and I thought, let me just give streaming a shot. Let me just try it. And I tried it and I really liked it. Unfortunately, at the time, my internet wasn't good enough for it. But eventually I did get fiber, and the same weekend I got fiber installed to my house, the same day I decided to go full time and just give streaming my all and just fully commit to it.
What did you do before you went into streaming? Or like go full time with it?
I was making YouTube videos on the side, and at the time, I think I'm studying full time at university, and I think I was busy making YouTube videos then. I was making Dota 2 playthrough videos, let's play videos at the time.
And the equipment you basically had was what? A mic, a PC, you had your PC there. But run me through your PC specs when you started.
When I started streaming, I had a GTX 760, 2 gig card, 260 hertz monitors.
Jeez.
I had a cheap, like, flea market special keyboard. I can't even remember what mouse I was using at the time. I was using my cell phone, a spare cell phone, as a webcam. Jeez. Using the Droid Cam plugin for OBS.
I really think this is important for people to hear, because a lot of people say, dude, I don't have the equipment to stream. This man's using cell phones to get the webcam up.
I was using an old secondhand cell phone that just lying around. And I think the biggest thing is it doesn't really matter what equipment, as long as you have internet. That would definitely be like the biggest stepping stone, is if you can just have solid internet.
I think the fiber is the big thing there. And then Clouds, how did you start off?
Yeah, for the new people, excuse my mic. I started off basically in December. I have to mention it because there's new people in the stream, and I'm so
It
embarrassed.
sounds fine. I think it sounds
It
fine.
doesn't sound too bad
It sounds
now.
fine now.
Yeah.
Okay. So in December, a lot of my friends told me to start streaming because they thought I was good at Fortnite. I mean, I wasn't that good at that time, but yeah. I
Yeah,
just
your
went with
friends
it.
must be cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I decided to start in December. I used my iPad to read chat, and then I had one monitor. So also I didn't start with like crazy stuff, but like now I'm fortunate to have sponsors and all of this and that. But yeah.
Did you obviously you're still in school. Do you think it was a bit easier for you? Obviously you can share your stream to the guys at school. A bit easier to get viewers that way. Like how many of your viewers are actually from your school?
Well, firstly, I didn't tell my school about it. Like, I thought people would think it's quite weird because, you know, it's Fortnite. And then I'm not trying to flex. I had like 3K followers before I started streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
So a lot of my people followed me for me, not for my Fortnite. And then obviously I got into it. So I didn't really tell people at my school. And then they started finding out, found out, and then it just exploded from there. Yeah, I got a bit bigger so I'd say like about 500 of my subs is probably from the people at my school.
All right.
So
Then,
yeah, helped a little bit.
then I think the chat's gonna. This is a very important topic that we're gonna bring up now, and I've seen a lot of guys in South Africa already making that move from Twitch to YouTube. And here's the question: why does Don pick YouTube, and why does Caramel pick Twitch? Now, and there's a third option that's now apparently Mixer. That if you have blue hair and you're good at Fortnite, go to Mixer, is basically what we're saying. But my question is, why do you choose the platform you're streaming from? Yeah, basically just that.
I'd have to disagree with you on that because you said, why are so many people going from Twitch to YouTube? Being on the YouTube side, I think I see it the other way around. I see a lot of YouTube streamers going to Twitch.
Yeah, if I'm looking at Kareem moved from Twitch to YouTube. Rise I think also moved from Twitch to YouTube. I'm just looking at the Fortnite community now itself moving from Twitch to YouTube. Vice versa. Do you think it's a good idea moving? If you're in the local scene in South Africa, Clouds and Don, do you think YouTube is a better option?
You can go for it, Don.
YouTube. Okay, so if you don't have any friends in the industry, if you're alone and you want to get started, I would definitely say YouTube would be the better platform. But if you are friends with other streamers on Twitch, then definitely I would say you can have a shot at Twitch because then they can help you out, grow a much easier platform. If you have friends on Twitch, they can help you with it. But if you just doing both of them alone by yourself starting off, I would say YouTube would be the better bet.
I agree with you.
I don't know. I don't, to be honest. I personally, I don't know if it's everybody else. I see YouTube as a platform where it's pretty much people putting either
Content
highlights
videos.
or
Highlights.
content videos compared to live streaming. I don't think there's any point in debating what is better because I think depending on how good you are at creating content and streaming, you'll blow up on either one. But I would say probably making a living as a full streamer, I would prefer Twitch personally because obviously there is more of an opportunity for you to actually earn as a streamer on Twitch. I don't know if I'm wrong by saying that.
With YouTube, they recently got something like bits or what's the other name they call it?
Memberships.
And
super stickers and stuff like that. So that's recently brought in. But I don't know, like, why would someone make the move? Obviously, if we're looking at Nikke 30 that moved from YouTube to Twitch, Twitch probably offered him something very nice to bring back some viewers to Twitch.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's money. He will 100% make more on Twitch than he's making on YouTube.
And I can bet you now there's no way Ninja's making as much as what he did when he was on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because Mixer definitely paid him a hefty sum of money to come over. Or Mixer, sorry. But Clouds, I do see some. You made some highlight clips and post them on YouTube. For the local scene in South Africa, we have. Do we have service for YouTube? Because I know a lot of people still struggle to watch Twitch if you're from South Africa.
I think we do have you, Don. We do have SA.
It's a lot easier to connect to the YouTube servers. I'm not exactly sure they are, because it's not like Twitch. When you go on Twitch with your OBS, you like select what specific server you want to get. YouTube, you just put in your key and you stream, and then it like auto connects you.
Do you drop any frames when streaming to YouTube? Or
never.
No, I don't even drop when I stream to Twitch though.
Oh really? I've heard a lot of South African streamers struggle with the frames at Twitch servers.
With Twitch, you have to use a relay server. That's the only thing that that's a major thing that puts me off Twitch is the relay server.
I use Restream for Twitch, and I get encoding every single time, and I don't lose any frames at all. I don't know if it's my fiber that's godly, or I don't know, but it doesn't happen to me. I'm just saying. If you want to come to if any South Africans, if you want to come to me, book a room. You have 120 maximum ping by me. Okay, that's if you don't go live. But if you do go live, you get about 150. Okay, but just book a room. And no kids, by the way. Then next question is all about building your brand. Now everyone has their brand. Clouds has his merch, and Don has his own thing going. Same as Barrie. My question is that how do you go about building your brand, sponsors getting along, and also when do you think? And also then the question is, when do you think when's the perfect time to get your merch ready, get it in, get it selling, and we're gonna have a whole discussion about this, Barrie.
It's difficult. I would say, looking at the South African scene, I've seen a lot more people are sponsored because people stand out in the South African scene compared to people over here where I am. So it's quite difficult to secure a sponsorship in the UK, I think, personally. I'm not sponsored. I haven't had any offers to be sponsored. I was sponsored by the Trendy Gamer, but they shut shop quite recently. But it wasn't really a sponsorship where I got stuff off them. It was just to make myself bigger, pretty much. I could get carry on.
Yeah, but in your case, then joining a team, your team that you've joined, is it like a content creating team, or because I know
Radiant.
Radiant.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. They're based in Birmingham. That's what sold me with them, because the owner's quite close to me. That was one of the big selling points. They are majority Call of Duty. So they send players all over the world to play Call of Duty and everything like that. And I'm guessing that's how they make their income. For me, it was exposure. Once I joined them, I got pretty much exposed to a completely different scene. All of the Call of Duty players, pretty much a lot of the UK scene as well, which helped me as a UK streamer. But yeah, that's pretty much, it's a big thing. I think a lot of people nowadays try sign to orgs and everyone wants to be in an organization. I say you need to worry about yourself first. Once you're able to find out what kind of streamer you are, what you want to do, then look to sign for an orgs. Because a lot of them, once you sign for them, they just end up abusing where you are, really. And you don't really benefit off them unless you actually are, unless it's 50-50 pretty much.
It's the same as with Don. You've been all on your own and no teams involved with you, right?
No, I haven't. I tried to start my own team, but I just didn't have the time to actually run it. It was called Anarchy Gaming. It's still there, and as soon as I get a manager to run it, I might bring it back up. But I've never wanted to join a team because, just like Caramel said, people are always asphyxiated on joining a team because they feel like being in a team means that you're worth something, or having a sponsor means that you're being recognized. And that's simply not true, because a lot of the times, if a team and a sponsor approaches you, you obviously have something they want. Yeah. But constantly looking to try and find a sponsor, there's so many people who are sponsored by companies that really don't even make sense. And that's just because they want to have a sponsor behind their name, because that will make them feel like they've achieved something. And it's a lot of the times that is not worth it as a streamer, because you might end up hurting your own name by trying to be part of a team or having a sponsor that just doesn't fit with your whole brand.
Yeah,
facts.
And I think a very good example, I don't know how many of you know Courage, majority should Courage JD. He was with Optic at one stage, and then he did so well for himself. People wanted to invest in him and not in Optic, and he had to leave Optic, and people invested in him. And now he's with 100 Thieves. That doesn't clash with the people that he's working with. So it all, as Don says, plays on who doesn't it clash with. And Clouds, you have your own merch line. What made you decide to bring out the Clouds merch?
So basically, I'm not selling my merch. I just a lot of my friends, once again, they said you should definitely get merch and stuff, and I said in South Africa it's not, or anywhere, 6K subs is not that, it's like not crazy, so it's not gonna sell you a lot of merch. So I just decided I'll make it for my people, just for like my friends, and they rock it. They like, if you see on my Instagram, all of my friends wear it, and it looks like pretty cool.
Yeah.
It gets me a little bit of exposure, but I'm not selling it yet. I think the right amount, you can sell it at whenever you feel comfortable as a streamer. You can sell your merch. I'm not going to give you a limit, but I feel like at least 10K for people to actually buy it, like, and they'd want to wear it and rep you as a streamer. But yeah, you could be like a small streamer. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, then for you, then I know you a competitive Fortnite player. I think Barrie and Don is mostly just into the streaming and competitive to the one side, but you full on going for tournaments. You were playing at one this weekend. How difficult is it streaming, playing competitively? Because I know it mixes and sometimes you don't get the right amount of practice in. And how as well, I know you want to maybe join a team down the road, because that is the meta of competitive gaming, getting into an organization. They're helping you fly there and getting you into games. But how difficult is that?
I don't think I'd say I'd be looking for a team anywhere near the future. I feel like as a streamer, I'd make more money or do better myself than being in a team. Like I've been offered by a few teams stuff, but and I'm sure Don has too, like as a content creator or something, but it's not worth it. I talked to Bean about it too. He said, he said something like, I'd rather be in your position. Like I would stay with, like my sponsors pay me to go to Joe, or they don't pay me. They help me like get to Joburg. They pay for things. So I'm happy with them. Yeah. And they do basically what a team would do. But yeah, I don't think I'd be looking for a team, but it is like super hard to put content creation and competitive play together. And a lot of people think sorry, wouldn't it entice you to go full time if you
you cut out. Oh, you cut out.
Yeah, repeat. Is my mic? Hello?
Yeah, it's okay now.
If I forgot what I said now.
Wouldn't it entice you?
Wouldn't it entice you to go full time if a seller
cut out again?
The same spot.
I'm done.
See, the UK also has problems, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just South Africa, okay?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
testing,
hear you.
1, 2, 3,
can.
Testing.
Yes.
Okay. Wouldn't it entice you to go full time? I'm just gonna shut up next time. Wouldn't it entice you to go full time if a team were to offer you a salary? Or is that not something you're trying to do?
I mean, I don't think teams in SA offer salaries. I don't. Maybe 80K. No, I don't even think they do. I don't think any team in SA. If I was offered a salary, then for sure. But I don't think any of them offer salaries. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's the funding for it.
There isn't. Yeah. The thing that the funding isn't there. The tournaments aren't that big that you can make a living off of. If you're a competitive player, and just that, it's really difficult.
Hello?
We can see. Can you hear me?
He's gone.
He's gone. He went down.
What did he say? I don't lag at all.
Hello. Whoa.
What's happening? Why are there technical difficulties?
Can you hear me?
Hello, we back?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
Hello. What just happened?
You die.
Okay, I know. What a lie, man. It's a complete lie. But getting back to where was I now, man? Okay, I saw Hachi said the 80K does offer salaries. So there we at least know from one organization that has that funding that can do that. But I'll move along now, and one of the topics that I always
bring. Stream's still off, eh?
Is it off?
Yeah.
It shows we are fine. Yeah.
Are we fine? Hello? I don't know how
Guys, are we live still?
No, I think we're live. I think we're back.
Yeah, I think
are we back? Yo, stream, are we back? You back? Thank you. All right. I don't know.
All right,
Okay,
be back.
I should have never said I've got the best internet in the world. Don't come. The hotel's closed. The hotel's closed. Okay, but then a topic I always bring up is the social media presence of every single person. And for streamers, it's huge. It can make you, it can break you. I just want to know from you guys, how do you control your... Because I'm going to put it out there. If you go into Fortnite and you keep getting bliksemed, as I put it, you just get in, you die, you get frustrated, mechs jump on you, like shit like that happens. And then you take it maybe to social media, or someone calls you out on social media. How do you guys handle the social media presence? And what advice would you put out to someone saying, listen here, don't stay away from this, don't do this? Anyone can kick that off for me.
That's something I learned. I learned the hard way with social media. When it comes to being called out and stuff, I've really learned to keep my opinions to myself. And a lot of the times people want to call you out for clout. It's something you get very used to. People want to cause drama with you because that's the only way that they can become relevant.
Yeah.
I just find the best way is to just ignore it. Don't bring any attention to it. Again, going back to how important social media is, if you look at my Twitter account, my Twitter is purely for business only. I don't really use it for recreation. My Instagram is more for fun. So like Twitter, because I feel I've been approached by brand deals and sponsorships and things through Twitter. So I feel like I keep my Twitter very professional, very specific to the point. My Instagram is then for my personal life and everything else. I don't know how the other guys do it.
From what I see, I don't know why, but it's probably bad for me to call it out or anything. I feel as if there is a lot of hate in the South African community, and I don't know why. Like,
oh yeah.
People, everyone should be working together to reach the same kind of goal, and I don't understand why people are calling each other out. It makes no sense. At the end of the day, just worry about your own views, your own average, how much money you're making. It makes no sense. I've seen it all over Twitter, people calling each other out, and I'm like, bro, it just makes you look really
they're just cloud seekers. It does make them look really
exactly
stupid.
That.
Yeah.
The one thing we spoke about is someone with a competitive scene, they drop at the same location and then they die off spawn, saying, why the fuck did you drop on me? You know I drop here and you spoiled my game and blah, blah, blah. And they take it to social media. They make a bad name. And believe me, everyone sees that shit. Right? The people that you don't think is going to see it is that people that think, okay, listen, I might just want to invest in this guy, and he sees this one thing and he says, okay, never mind, this is not where I want to go. Clouds, you still in schools, as I mentioned. How difficult is it for you even with the social media presence, as you're the youngest between us all here?
Like I am the youngest, so I have less control and obviously less maturity than I think. Like Dog Archer in chat, I'm gonna pull him out now. He said, he's like, what's Clouds doing with all these big streamers? Like it's shit that like I know. I see you, kid. I see you. So like I don't care.
Yeah.
And I've got no filter. And like my sponsors, they like respect me and they know that they're super cool people. But yeah, people always gonna try to bring you down. Like I get based or I get dissed every day. You're a content creator. Like I'm not gonna pull out names, but like there's so much shit that they try to bring you down with, but you just gotta ignore it.
He knows who you are, bro.
Yeah,
That's what
the funniest thing is actually like between me and Clouds, like a lot of like Clouds will agree with me. The one night, it actually happens quite often, what it used to, until me and Clouds actually like sorted it out and like spoke to each other and like put an end to it. A lot of people were causing beef between me and Clouds that just wasn't there. Like a lot of people were saying like they were going to Cloud's chat saying I was saying this about him, and people were coming to my chat saying Clouds was saying this about me. And then obviously you're gonna as a streamer you're gonna react about that. But then like me and Clouds actually came together and we said, yo, is this shit true? And he's like, no, it's not. It's obviously not. And then we talked it out. So as soon as we see anything of like someone else says this, like Cloud says something bad about me, then first of all, I wouldn't believe it in the first place. I'll just get rid of it. And then if it's like very consistent, then I'll actually contact Clouds personally and say like, yo, what's going on? What's this about?
The big word there is personally. And I think a lot of these people they rather take it to social media and show everyone you're a cunt. And then you're actually not a cunt afterwards. You're actually not an idiot afterwards. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's difficult, but it's a good thing that you said you have your platform where you're more work orientated, and your Instagram is a bit more social. But it is a good way of checking that, and I hope Dog Archer listened nicely to those comments. There's gonna believe me, he's not gonna be the only one we're gonna talk about tonight. All right, now we're getting into Fortnite. Okay, now if you underaged, if you don't like swearing, get out, because Fortnite's, and I can't say that word though. You know the favorite word the Burkies use, that one. Fortnite's a mar. Okay, question 7 then.
Fuck the mix.
Fuck the mix. There we go. Hashtag fuck the mix in chat. And then also thank you for Fortnite for reverting that cuck patch. Thank you. Question 7 then follows. So we all play Fortnite. We had 4 days of hell with the turbo building, and it was reverted now. But what do you think goes through Fortnite's mind when they say, let's fuck with them, let's break something that is fixed? It's fine, let's leave it, let's just break it. All right, we have them complaining about mix, let's change it, let's get them complaining about something else. Like, what do you think goes through their minds?
The first thing I think of is they're looking at their player base. That's the first thing I think they look at. If at the end of the day, you need somebody to fund the game. So this is me being pro Fortnite side, taking Fortnite side on this. Okay, first of all, I'm not taking their side. I'm just saying, look at their perspective. Their perspective would be people. The Fortnite needs to make an income, and the way they make an income is by the casual players buying skins. Now, if you're a casual player and every time you drop into a game, you just get stomped over, you're going to stop playing the game. You're going to stop buying skins. That way, if people stop buying skins and funding Fortnite, there's no tournaments. How many professional players will carry on playing tournaments if there are no $1 million prize pools? If all of a sudden you're going to have to rely on third-party companies to host tournaments instead of it being so easy that Fortnite can just do it on their platform themselves. So that's the thing that they're looking at. So if you just want to focus on like the pro players all the time, but then you lose out on your other 250 million players, who's funding the tournaments? You know, who's keeping the servers alive? Who's, at the end of the day, the game is free. Someone needs to pay for it. Some of this money has to come from somewhere.
So they do listen.
I think that's
they do listen to us. We saw them revert that patch. But do you think a little patch like that is going to influence the social scene? The one of buildings.
Well, yeah, it was number 2 on trending on Twitter. Revert turbo.
Yeah,
I feel
revert
that
turbo building.
Fortnite like the clout, like they like to be the main thing of attention. Like they enjoy it. I don't understand why, dude. It really makes no sense. It really, really makes no sense. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's just, it baffles me. But then do you guys still think there's something wrong with the mech now? We've seen it's gotten probably like 20 nerfs, and the people still say fuck the mech. Like in your mind, is there still something they can do to the mech? Because we know now it's going to be staying.
Remove it, dude. Like
it's not going to be removed. It's part of the like battle pass and the I don't know what. But it's not going to go away. Maybe in the next season, yeah.
It's same thing with the planes, right? The planes, all the pro players also hated the planes. And the planes also very 50-50. Some people liked them, some people didn't. I think then they eventually got an even playing field. They balanced them to the point where pro players were like, okay, they're not really affecting my play style anymore. But the casual players would still be like, oh, cool, a plane. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's do that. So I think that's where they're trying to get with the mechs. So right now, a pro player will get into a game with the mech and be like, it's not going to affect my game. I mean, it doesn't take mats. Like the amount of people that actually reach for mechs now really isn't that. And you can assume that a person reaching for a mech would be a new player. Mm-hmm. So for a pro player to have the mentality of being able to battle a mech, saying only new players will be in that, will give you another confidence over them. So I think they're at the point now where they're very 50-50 again, like the planes were.
And then, but do you guys think that maybe there's a way they can split the two communities, the casual and the competitive? Like Arena, maybe.
Isn't that what Arena is for? Yeah.
Yeah, but Arena still has the mech in and.
No, the mech's not in Arena for this week. They said they're keeping it out to test.
Oh, just to test. All right, well, at least they're trying something then. But I think that's the perfect way to go then. If there's something that the competitive pro players see, that because it's obviously up to them what stays and what doesn't, and majority of them there. But then with the Arena side of things, I think that's the perfect test, whatever you want to test in the casual side of things. And then if it works out and the pro players say, yo, let's go for this, try it, give it this nerf and get it in. I think that may be the way to go. Then the other thing from Fortnite is now that we have every Wednesday, every Thursday, and every Friday we have a cash cup. How do you think that influences the South African scene now? And maybe Barrie, you can talk about the European scene. How do you think that's going to influence in bringing more players on? Because it's going to keep people playing now, but how's it going to bring more players on now that there's cash involved?
I don't know. There's always, literally every single game, there always has to be a gap at obviously the pros and the better players compared to the average players. I don't know. It's difficult with the cash cups because I don't really play competitively, so I don't really get involved in any of that. I don't try. I don't really play arenas. I don't do all. But I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one, really. It's obviously going to entice people to play, but I don't know, man. I feel like they have to get rid of the mechs.
But I think as well, if you're streaming, and you're saying, yo, cash cup 1 out of 10 games, that's attracting eyes to you because they know you're playing competitively and you're playing for money and it's going to be intense and it's going to be nice to watch. And I actually want to read this one comment from Riots in the chat. Says Fortnite should get a dedicated test server like PUBG so they can add items and test it before they put it live. I think that's probably the best way of going about new things being added into the game. And Claudio, you maybe agree with him on that?
Yeah, of course. But the question is, how would you implement it?
Would you share
two separate games?
Do you share the server with someone?
Do you see, that's the problem. Would you make it 2 separate games? Because at the end of the day, remember, PUBG is predominantly PC. So it's nothing for a PC player to have 2 little different games to click on in their Steam library. If you're on a console and stuff, now you have to have 2 separate games installed. Console's a lot more limited to space than a console. I mean, console's a lot more limited to space than PC. So imagine having, a lot of people are complaining that the Fortnite update is 50 gigs. So imagine having 50 gigs on a console twice, and then every time there's an update, having to update the test server, and then having to update the normal game again on top of that.
And if they could put it in like a game mode, Bean says they could put in a game mode like Save the World.
Then yeah, that would definitely be nice. But the problem is, so then how many people would be playing that versus how many people would be playing the normal Fortnite games?
Disable, because at the end of the day, all the normal modes for an hour. That's an option.
Because like Fortnite wants to hype every new, I think every Tuesday there's a new update, a new item, a new gun. They want streamers on that first thing, getting their reactions on it, using it in games. And so now people would be playing on the test servers and able to get that first hook on the new items.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of pros and cons maybe against that, and it all just comes to I don't know. See, some things Fortnite get right, some of them they fuck it up totally. But I don't think there's a little medium that comes in. Everything is either good or completely bullshit. So I don't know what's going to come next. But a big thing that I want to get, the chat's going to get incredibly involved in this next topic. And Clouds, you definitely going to help me out with this topic, and I think you took part in this. And this was, and let me just have a drink of water before, because we're gonna, this is gonna get in deep. This is gonna get in deep.
Facts.
And this is the Ace Gaming tournament. Now, someone on Twitter put it out point for point, and I couldn't find it before we went live. Is We had a 28,000 Rand tournament, and I'm just going to go into detail that Barrie also knows. We have 28,000 tournaments in this Rand tournament, and this was for 140 players. Now, we didn't get 140 players. We only got 70, if I'm correct. So then the prize pool got readjusted. The entrance was, I think, 250 bucks. And at the end of it, after that guy did all of his calculations, and you got $1,000 for a win, but now there's only 70 players. Now you actually got 200 Rand for a win instead of the 1,000. But everything led up to, I think, 30% of the prize, or 40%, sorry, 40% of the prize pool was given to the players, and 60% was kept by the tournament organizer. My question is, how do we, like, we are players, we're just players, how do we communicate with someone that is going down that road, maybe causing a bit of an upset? Like, obviously I want to get the organizers on to one of these streams and let him say, but how do we go beyond that? Because it's quite toxic if you see players entering and they don't even tell you what the readjustment was to. They say there's 70 players, but we can't tell you what the readjustment was to.
Yeah.
Like, how do we know you didn't take even more of that money?
Some players, someone won a game, knocking or something, and he got like 200 Rand, and then they 400 Rand for winning a game.
Like, what?
Someone with numbers, or like a lot of people have to talk about it and need to say something. On Twitter, people went, I know personally I will never, ever enter an ace tournament ever again. We played 6 games. It took like 12 hours. I sat the whole day, like 2 hours between each queue or something. It was an absolute joke. Yeah. I will never, they've lost, I guarantee they've lost a lot of people from that. I'm sorry I'm bringing them down here, but it's absolutely pathetic.
It's something like, we talking about them is maybe other tournament organizers looking and saying, okay, we must make sure we don't go down the same road. Don, you didn't take part in, or do you take part in tournaments?
No, not really. No, unless I get invited to one, then no.
So you're not on the competitor side of the scene. You don't really get too much involved.
No.
But like, okay. 80K?
Yeah, like 80K.
Yeah. 80K hosted this weekend. It was 7,000 Rand prize pool, 200 Rand entry, which is okay, I guess. 40 people entered the tournament, and obviously they're not going to make the money they needed to. But 40 people entered the tournament. They kept the prize pool the same. They kept to their word. There was no delay between each game. And I told Desolation, whoever hosted, I was like, well done. I'm proud of you. This is obviously going to bring more people next tourney. And hands down to 80 for that one. Well done.
The same I can say from Raving Mad Gamers this weekend. We tried something totally new. I was all the way in Cape Town casting a game all the way in Joburg. And the guys from Joburg that was at the LAN unlisted their stream, and I just pulled up their streams, and I casted over it. We got some nice views on, and the games were coming. It was a nice pace. Everything was fine. And it took us from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and we were done with 6 customs. Prizes were given out. Everything was fine. But I must say, there's a lot of tournament organizers that. And I'm going to even bring Mega Gaming. Mega Gaming is we literally heard from them over Discord and tweets and everything. And everything's going perfectly for them. They're running it smoothly. It's doing well. And Elite Pro Series now today has already announced 4 tournaments, 3K each. And they for the following 4 weekends, it's a trio next weekend. The weekend after that's another trio. The weekend after that's a solo, and the weekend after that's another solo. So, and the big topic that trumps all of this is tournament organizers don't speak to each other. This weekend we had 4 fucking tournaments. That's on the same day, the same weekend we have 4. Like, do you want signups? Do you like if you tweet out something saying we have a tournament next Saturday, then it's the other tournament organizers, they need to go see, okay, here's the social media, here's all the tournament organizers for Twitter in South Africa, for Fortnite in South Africa. There's nothing on Saturday. There's cool. Okay, Saturday's the opening. Let's do this. But if there is someone that didn't see that and they clash with you, then go contact immediately saying, listen, we were here. You're gonna fuck up everything. Don't get in there. And
yeah, I agree.
Don't tournament organizers speak to each other. I know. I see Raving Mad Gamers is in the chat, and I know they do it. I've seen them do it themselves, contacting ADK, making sure it's not on the same day. But how must tournament organizers go about this, Don?
I just there's just a point I want to raise, and I think it's something that I see very common on my chat and like what people bring to my attention stuff is people are very scared. This is just what I've seen. This is again my point of view is people are very scared of entering these pay for your tickets to enter in these competitions because like countless numbers of times people have tried this in the past, especially on Twitter, that people have done pay to enter tournaments and sometimes the tournament doesn't even happen. There's like so many missed conflicts. Like they will say a prize pool of 12,000 Rand ends up being 6 grand, 5 grand. People are upset about that. And the biggest thing is like being taken as a scam. People enter these tournaments, and I mean these majority are kids who enter these tournaments with like 250 Rand is a lot of money for some people. It really is. To all of a sudden like have a competition that doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
it's a bit very rough. So I feel brands really need to find. It's hard to say, but we need to find a few brands like we used to have DGL that became VS Gaming, and we have ACGL, and we have Metal State. These are very accredited organizations that run tournaments. They've been doing it for years. So I feel as the community, we need to find 2, maybe 3 actual event organizers and keep them and build them up into a like trustworthy source. You know what I mean?
On the same breath with that is, if we do so, those tournament organizers are going to get more views on them, more people's going to see them, and then people's going to invest in them. That makes our tournaments get more prize pool.
Yeah, definitely.
So your prize pool will go up, and that's a big note that I think everyone should listen to. And
I mean, how much backing does Metal States have? How much backing does ACGL have? How much backing does VS Gaming have? So we need to get the 3. Like I would say 3 maybe is a good number, 3 organizations, and really build them up into like ACGL, VS Gaming, and Metal State. Get them on the same level so you can have companies backing those people, and then they're not just fly by night wannabe tournament organizers.
And they
I agree with you, but
go for it, Klaus.
Yeah. I agree with you, but at the same time, we can't just cut off, like, there shouldn't be random people hosting tournaments and stuff, but you said 3. Like, what about ATK? We can't.
No, I'm not. Oh, just a rough number.
Okay. I'm
not saying like specifically 3. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Because obviously some people are still going to ignore that. They're going to be like, no, we want to count as that number or something. And there's no weight. You can't tell someone not to host a tournament. But I agree with you. If you back certain people, then those certain people will be the stacked tournaments. Like the 4 tournaments, each tournament this week had 40 people in each one.
I don't understand.
There wasn't a single 100-player lobby.
It's just stupid. And I think I've read someone comment that the tournament organizers has a WhatsApp group where they see what dates go out, but clearly not from if you check last weekend. And some tournament organizers will say, oh, well, fuck that. I don't want to. I'm doing my own thing. I don't care. They can adjust to me. But then the big announcement that came this week was the inclusion of Metal State now for Fortnite, and that is very, very huge. All of you that has not yet signed up to the Metal State page, please do so. You can find them obviously on their website, Metal State. I think it's metalstate.com or metalstate.co.za. Just check it out there. Sign up if you're a Fortnite player. It's solos for now, but now it makes it a bit congested with all of us. Obviously, we love it. Mondays is now going to be the Metal State days. So Metal State is going to happen on Mondays. Okay? So you're not going to get your customs in from Mega Gaming. Tuesday, I don't know if anything's happening on Tuesday, so you got a custom that's going to be hosted from Mega Gaming. Then Wednesdays you've got Cash Cup, Thursday Cash Cup, Friday Cash Cup, Saturday LAN or Sunday LAN. So if you're a Fortnite player in South Africa, you have every single intention to keep grinding, keep playing. If the patch is cuck, fucking close your eyes, get back in and try adjust yourself and get in. Because everything is aligning up now. Everything is going good. We have 80k, Mega Gaming, Raving Mad, Elite Gaming. We have Legends Tawnies that's walking in. We have Metal State. VS, I can tell you now, with all the eyes on, VS Gaming will be there. Storm saying it's on Wednesday, isn't it? No, they changed it to Monday because they saw the Wednesday is a cash cup, so they moved it to Monday. And I also think maybe VS Gaming would come into Fortnite in South Africa.
VS Gaming posted a tweet over a year ago asking about should they get involved in Fortnite, and they got so much response on that tweet, and they still haven't really done anything with it. So I don't know what's VS's intentions. Yeah, I mean, they do Rocket League and stuff. How are they not doing Fortnite?
Exactly.
Nothing against the Rocket League community. I'm just saying, Fortnite's probably 100 times bigger than Rocket League. You know what I mean?
Minecraft is blowing up now. Yo, everyone go get your diamonds. Okay.
Survival game.
You know what Dallas is doing. He's mining and he's farming because he's a boer, and that's all I know basically. That's what I do. If you need diamonds, come to Dallas. I'll sort you out. But we're gonna get into the community questions that the community has asked. There's only 2 of them, and it's 2 special ones that I picked out. The first question is this: petition for Dons to do the homer grind and TheCaramelGamer to hit the whoa. So I'm going to put you guys on the spot, Don.
I don't know what the homer grind is. I don't know what it is.
Barrie, I know you. Okay, Barrie, I know you. You if you die on Fortnite, the first thing you do is the homer grind. So I think it's the perfect opportunity for Barrie to maybe show us his beautiful homer grind.
I can't.
I'll do the whoa if he does the homer grind.
There we go. We'll swap them around.
I'll swap you.
Oh my god.
Oh, Barrie. Come on, Barrie. Wait, Barrie. Wait. I need to get a song up for you, man.
I'm gonna find out what this is.
Wait.
I'll find the song for you. I know the song.
Okay, what's the song?
It's called No Time by Ghana.
No Time.
Am I gonna be able to hear it through my headset?
It will play on your side, and I'll play it on my side. No Time.
It's gonna be out of sync. Okay, you do you, B.
It's gonna be out of sync so much.
Yeah, it is. Maybe it played over. Can you? No, you can't add the bot to this call that we're on.
Oh man, do the homer grind.
Quickly thoughts. I don't know. You tell me when to start, and I press start, and we try and go for that. I don't know. I don't think on any other idea. What did you say it's called?
No Time.
It's called No Time. By Playboy Cardi, it should be.
Okay.
But the intro is also so long, so...
Yeah, you tell me when to...
Okay, which one are we using here? Are you on YouTube?
I'm on Spotify.
Okay, then I'm going Spotify.
Just search No Time, it should come up.
Party play Spotify.
Spotify. I swear to God, if an ad pops up for Spotify, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Because that's all I get. An ad after an ad. They make more money by me with streams than I've seen anyone else. No Time.
To do my speaker.
No Time.
Just play it on your phone, Caramel.
Good thinking, actually.
Yeah, yes, Don. This is why we have you. This is why we have you, Don. Okay, you can play that song over the microphone.
I'm used to people playing music in the background. So annoying.
Yeah.
Quick question, Don. Before he gets into his dancing rhythm, where did you buy your green screen?
It's homemade.
Is it homemade?
It's a massive green sheet. Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Hit it up.
Hit it up. Hit it up.
Loud enough. You can't even hear it.
It's fine. It's fine. Go for it.
You gotta put me on the spot here. You're not gonna be able to hear this. See if I'll try to lower my mic.
That's fine.
Yeah, I can hear it easy.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's fine.
I can't hear it.
Hit it up.
Oh no, his mic's cutting. His mic is cutting.
There's a mic cut out.
No, go.
No cut.
Hey! Look at that, boy. And those once those glasses come on, you know it's over.
You know it's over.
All right, Don, now it's your turn to get onto that spot.
The woe is just that isn't the Fortnite thing. I know it's a dance. That's an actual dance. So they go like that. Something like that.
I just had to because the stream is not complete. If TheCaramelGamer is on the stream, there needs to be dancing. And
exactly.
For fuck's sakes, the only thing I can do is socky, and that's for sure not what I'm going to do. All right, the next community questions is, in your opinion, what is the best tips for a tiny streamer like me, says OG_JossieZA. What's the best tips you could give a startup streamer?
Grind, homie. I uploaded it for 8 hours every single day, and I had about 5 to my streams for a solid month. Oh, my screen's blacking out. 8 hours every single day. I had 5 people in my stream. I'd literally talk to myself. But and then one day it just it started going constant, growing. And now grind. You don't ask other people for shoutouts. I guarantee you. If you come to Donovan, I'm not gonna give you a
It's a good thing you say that, because fuck's sakes, in South Africa it's great. You put out a video and they tag Don, they tag Klaus, they tag every single organization, they tag Hachi, they tag me, they tag anyone saying, whoa, hello, look at my video, please. Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
Please stop doing that.
I don't want to expose, but same with clans, guys. There's one clan up and coming. You guys can say it in chat. I'm not saying the name. Do not tag me or someone you want to 1v1 in creative. Okay, you got a good trio. Don't tag me.
One kid.
All right.
There we go. Look at chat.
Wow. Easy calling out.
Any other suggestions that you have for a startup streamer?
One that I keep quite close to me is networking, but I don't think a lot of people in South Africa actually do it. Networking, creating friendships with other people. Fuck followers. Create friendships. The more you create friendships with people, the more you'll see yourself build 100%. If you stop worrying about racing to the top instead of helping everybody get to the same level as you are, this is literally it's a job. As Don does, it's his job. It's not about being better than somebody else. It's not about being bigger than somebody else. You
can't get asphyxiated on that. You can't focus on always trying to be better than someone else. You get so distracted in competing on trying to be better that you end up messing up your own quality, your own vibe. Everything goes to the trash because you're just trying to be better than someone else. Or you letting it affect you that somebody's trying to creep up. And it's even a bad way to say that someone's trying to take over what you've built, but that's never going to happen. What you've built is yours. Stop worrying about other people.
100%.
Don't think of it as they stealing your clout, and I just think the word clout irritates the living daylight out of me. I think someone asked, do I have enough clout to come on to the Fortcast? I'm like, what?
I saw that.
Excuse me, no. I don't care if you don't stream. I don't care if no one knows you. It doesn't matter. And I think a lot of people need to get that out of their mind. But we're coming to the last stage of the Fortcast, and everyone knows what time that is, and that's the storm search. And for the people that don't know, storm search. In Fortnite, if there's a storm surge, you get struck by some lightning and you die and stuff happens to you. But the same question, I think if you're gonna answer them truthful, I'm not saying you're gonna die, but people's gonna see you in another way. But that's not the point into this. Is try and be as honest as you can. It is rapid fire questions. I'm gonna fire them at you. We're gonna go Clouds, Donovan, and Barrie. We're gonna go through them like that. Be as honest as you can. If by any means you say, okay, this is maybe too far for me, I'm gonna skip it, then it's fine. We can skip it. But try and answer the best and fastest way possible.
Are they all the same questions?
No, to everyone is the same question. So I'm going to ask one question, all three is going to answer.
At the same time?
At the same time.
No. First Clouds, then Donovan.
Oh.
Got it. Okay. So first question is, if there wasn't Fortnite, what game would you guys prefer streaming?
Minecraft. I don't know.
Minecraft. Donovan?
CSGO.
Call of Duty.
Oh, that's my man. Can't call him JJ. Yes, man. All right.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Next question is, give your favorite viewer in your stream a shout out.
I don't know. I love every single one of my fans. I don't even count my fans. My family, Cloud Gang and some. I'd probably say I'm gonna go with Beanie. He's a lad. He's been in every single stream. Beanie, not Bean. No.
Beanie. Oh, sorry, Bean.
Beanie.
I'm sorry, man. You didn't make it. Don.
I still love you, though.
Don.
I'd have to give two. Can I give two?
Yeah, you can give me two.
Okay, I'll give two. It'll be probably Shino and Michelle. They've both got over 800 hours watched on my stream. So yeah, that would be them two. Yeah, Shino and Michelle.
Right, Barrie.
I'll go with two as well, but I gotta play this safe, dude. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, he said this because the amount of money he's donated," but this guy's donated over 100k bits to me, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, jeez.
He's over 100 subs in my channel. Mad Hatters right now, every my stream will be his. And then secondly, I will go safe, and one of my favorite moderators, my sister. So I'll go with my sister as well as one of my favorite viewers.
No, that's just great. And now that you say that, this past weekend, I just see how family gets behind their children now, or their brothers or sisters, whoever. It's crazy to see how much support these days come. If I go 10 years back, my mom should say, "What the fucking name spell ye? What are you playing?" No. Go study, do this. But now there's money, and now you don't ask your mom, "Yo, mom, can I have or dad, can I have this much?" He says, "No, go fucking play and go get your own money." And now they have fun making money, and they get off the parents' back. So that's one way of it. Okay, next question is, this is a difficult one and a hard one, is who is the most toxic person in the South African community? Who is the most toxic person in the South African community? I've asked this in every single episode. Every single episode had more or less different answers, but they all answered them. Clouds gave one, I think, when he was on, but let's see if he's changed his mind.
Toxic is a strong word. It's obviously, there's a lot of people watching. It's going to bring the reputation down. I don't feel like anybody tries to be toxic on purpose. I know Riot's, he's toxic with me a lot, but I love him. I'm toxic back to Hachi. I think he hates me, but I give that I genuinely think, I don't know. I think it's a big word, but I've got respect for every single one of you. But yeah, it is what it is.
Don?
I don't know. I don't know who I don't really look at toxic people. I really can't say who's toxic. I feel the same as Clouds. There's a lot of people who don't do it intentionally, and there are some people that do it intentionally for clout. I'm not gonna award those people with calling them out because that's what they want. So I honestly wouldn't be able to give an answer on that.
That's fine. Barrie?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with Don. I don't.
Is it what Don toxic? Don, for fuck's sake, man! Come on, Don. Why are you toxic, Don?
What did I do?
Don, dude.
I wouldn't be able to tell you one toxic person. Everyone who I know from the South African community who talks to me, who watches my streams, who, as I say, I relate with, I haven't come across anybody who said anything negative, done anything negative.
All right. Next question is, if you are in a game of Fortnite and you see this guy running past, you know he's a free 50 pot. Now, who is a free 50 pot if you run into him? Clouds?
I'll go first. The actual fresh. The actual fresh. He gets smoke every time and he knows it.
Don?
Luca. I love you, bro.
Clouds?
I've been in customs. I've been here for a while, and I'm gonna go with my man Caramel.
No, no. Oh no, no, dude. Ish. Okay, okay. If you could have one item return in Fortnite, what item would you want to have back?
Flint knock.
Flint knock. Okay, Clouds.
Glider redeploy for height, keeping that height.
Glider redeploy 100%.
Really?
I agree.
Ballers.
Yeah.
What do you think about ballers? Maybe.
No.
About what? About what?
Ballers.
Ballers.
Wouldn't you want ballers back?
Nah.
No.
Campers.
So you can keep them.
Okay. Okay. What is your favorite spot to drop in Fortnite?
Rift, actually, that's a good one.
Right now, Pandora.
Pandora.
Really?
I actually like the graphics. I don't know if it's like a new, just because it's new, but I quite like the Pandora look of things.
It's the Borderlands
That's
theme.
what-
It's how
Yeah.
Borderlands is made.
Yeah, if you've ever played Borderlands, also with the shield in Borderlands, you recharge that. Fatal's my drop, but obviously being a content creator, I gotta switch it up for Tony's. I have switched it up a little bit, and it's doing well for me switching it up because obviously I can't stay on stream. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
Fatal
Barrie?
all the way.
I know my stream snipers are like it's Viking
Yeah.
every single time. That's my
Viking.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is then pump or combat? Pump shotgun or
Combat.
combat shotgun?
Combat all the way, every day.
Pump every time.
No, okay,
Combat
Clouds,
all the way. Combat always
Clouds
wins.
is gonna break the tire.
As a comp player, combat's OP, but man, you hit those two.
Thank you, baby.
No,
Come on.
the combat's. I can't do the pump, dude. It takes so fucking long. I don't know. If you don't hit your shot, you're gone. But
Yeah.
okay. One company that you wish you could partner up with,
What do you mean, like
like a sponsors partnership.
Monster.
Hey!
Monster Energy.
Hey, that's my man, dude. Yes, fuck, they must just see. Okay, Clouds, go.
Look behind me. Must I?
He's already advertising for it.
Wait, show it,
It's
show.
Nutella, I'm dead. Is it Nutella?
Oh, what the fuck's that?
It's a
Oh, it's
Nutella.
Monster.
Oh.
I saw Nutella though. I did see Nutella. Yeah, is it Nutella?
Dallas wearing what?
Is it Nutella?
Nutella.
I thought Nutella.
I thought you
I was gonna say, big up the Nutella, man. Big up. Yo, if you're into that, go for it, man.
I thought you guys said, "Is this Dallas?" So I was like, "What?"
That is me.
I thought you said Nutella.
No, that is Dallas though.
No, but Monster all the way.
Oh.
All the way, Monster.
All right, Barrie.
With the Ninja new release, I would say Adidas
Oh,
with what they've done
dude,
with Ninja.
I just love the shoes,
Nice
dude.
one.
Oh my fucking hell.
Trekkies. Trust
Yo.
me.
All right. Then name one player that you should keep an eye out for, like the up and coming player in South Africa. Who would you say the next guy? That guy. That's gonna be that guy.
They placed in the tournament yesterday. Big up to those boys. They're unknown. I played with them yesterday. They're both cracked. And they
Maybe
placed
just-
one in the tournament yesterday.
Maybe
So
just say again because I think your mic just cut out as you said the name.
let's learn and woke. You
Let's
get that?
learn.
Let's
Well,
learn woke.
yeah, yeah. All right,
You guys will
Don.
see them in the tournament.
I would say Zeonite is really trying to grind, and maybe Dax. Dax is definitely a player that's been catching my attention a lot.
Kiss me on top, baby.
Barrie?
Look at him. Kiss me is also in chat.
South African related, I'd probably say Rise. Joined the custom. The kid's sick. But
Yeah, but Rise is already
Yeah, Rise is in
team, and he's not up and coming. He's
Yeah,
really the top of.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the youngsters
Yeah.
compete in the tournament, so it's difficult for me to say.
I think I'm just gonna answer this one. I think Popcool, just because of the way he consistently plays this weekend at Raving Mad. Geez, you can look at player like Nate. You can look at players like Dropsy. There's a Neymar, Kizmir.
Yeah, Neymar's
I
sick.
think the guys I just mentioned is like, damn, dude, they got what it takes. Last question. It goes to the line of that toxic, but who do you think has the biggest ego in this community? Clouds.
I don't know. A lot.
Who's
a lot
all?
of
The question is, who's all talk but can't back it up?
That changes it.
That changes it completely.
Yeah. So let's throw the ego out. Who's all talk but can't back it up?
I was gonna say that Cosine clan, them as a whole, but Drax placed first yesterday, so everybody but Drax. I respect Drax. Bot's a good person. Yeah, I say some players cost. They're trying too hard to show themselves. I respect to them though, but they're grinding in a way where they're trying to get clout. They're grinding for clout. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Don.
Who's all talking can't back it up? I really don't know. I'm thinking like the original question. The original question was
Ego.
Who has the biggest ego? Yeah.
Can you answer?
Can I answer that one?
Okay, you can answer that one then for me.
Okay, who has the biggest ego? I would have to say, I love you, Clouds, but you, bro. I would have to say, and like tournaments and stuff, Clouds always has the biggest like attitudes. He always has the presence of like, I'm here, guys.
Yeah.
You know, let's play.
I mean, you gotta bring that confidence though. But
yeah, he has that like super confidence.
That's why you had that first question and you mentioned that can't back it up. Obviously, I've placed it. I'm not trying to like defend myself. But I've placed it.
You heard the man, dude.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that, if it comes to that, who's all talking, can't back it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Barrie? Dude,
It's a difficult
listen
question
to
again. You
just
see,
just say yourself, man.
It's hard. I have to say myself. I can't back it up. I lose every 1v1.
You lose every 1v1.
I'm playing off 0 ping and I'm still losing out here.
Oh, respect you.
On purpose, I'm just gonna say that I think it's Storm. I think he's all talk and can't back it up. The only thing he can back it up with is going anonymous. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's the only way we can go. For the people that don't know,
are you talking about Storm Trez?
Yeah,
Storm,
yes. And it's exactly one of the tournament rules go that you can't hide as anonymous. And this guy won a tournament by doing that. So, I just want to do that. I just want to do that, dude. Look at him, man. All right. No, I freaking love Storm. He's an awesome guy. He knows a lot about Minecraft, but zero about Fortnite. So we'll leave it there. But
we should have gone for that question. Holy shit, Don,
that was a bad question.
Look at chat, dude.
I'm safe.
What a crock of shit. Do you even know Clouds? You hot Don.
Of course I know Clouds. I've known Clouds since he started streaming.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, that's good. But I think that's a perfect way then to end this. And as I mentioned in the beginning, there is a little announcement I want to make at the end, and this is now the end, so I'm going to bring it up on the screen for you guys, and that is episode 6 of the FortcastZA, and that is now we're going to move into Team Edition. So this is going to be episode 1 of the Team Edition, but episode 6 of overall, and we're going to go down the alphabet. So ATK obviously starting first. We're going to start off with ATK. That's going to be Hutch, Riots, and Deuce. Riots and Deuce has been on the Fortcast before, but not Hutch yet. We're going to hear his opinion and everything. It's going to be awesome to see. But yeah, the Team Edition is up and going. That will be on the 15th of this month, September 15th. And you can catch us again at 7 p.m. And then we'll also find out who's after ATK. And I think you can use your brain to find that one if we're going down the alphabet. But that is going to be episode number 1 of the Team Edition. All right. Everyone, Clouds, Donovan, Barrie, you guys, thank you very much for giving up, hour and a half of your time. Thank you for hanging with me over WhatsApp, me bothering you so much to get everything over. But
thanks for inviting us,
guys. I appreciate it so much, Barrie. You coming all the way. You're the only one from overseas, from the EU. But just before we end off, where in South Africa did you actually stay? And you stay in Cape Town, didn't you, Barrie?
No, Johannesburg.
Were you in Joburg? When did you move over to to Europe?
I went to school at the Ridge, Westcliff side, so not too far from Santon, Four Ways kind. So
I told you this, man. He's full of cash.
No, I'm not. All scholarship. So yeah, I went to the Ridge from year 5, 6, 7. 7, I went to my class, and then high school throughout my class. As soon as my class finished, I moved to the UK for cricket, in and out, and then eventually I met my girlfriend, who I live with now, and that's pretty much it.
All right, awesome. Great way to end off. All right, guys, thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you, everyone in chat. I think we popped out at 106 viewers. So appreciate you guys so much. This is the most we had in the episodes that we have done. Thank you very much, Donovan, Clouds, and Barrie. Chat, see you guys on the 15th of September for episode number 6 with ATK. Cheers, guys. Check you guys next time.
Safe. Bye.